So when I first graduated from the police academy, I was assigned to an all-white neighborhood. So frequently I'd get this call, 527, do we have a report of a suspicious black male? Approximately 6'1", weighing 180 pounds, driving a patrol car.
I am so excited to show you Heroes Off Duty. These are stand-up comedians who are also first responders, veterans, or medical personnel.
I'm a dad now, you know what I mean? I'm trying to rewrite a lot of the wrongs my father did. Because my father was a crazy guy, okay? My father was a Vietnam veteran, Marine Corps, 2 tours of Vietnam, hardcore dude, okay? Like super hardcore. Like not the guy you could mess around with. Like I remember being a kid and coming up to him being like, Dad, I bet I could beat you up. He was like, I bet I could kill you with anything in this room. I'm like, that's a crazy thing to say to a 9-year-old, dude. What? Like, he was like, go ahead, pick something. I was like, I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game at all. He's like, it's too late, pick something. I remember I found a box of tissues. I was like, I bet you can't kill me with this. He was like, I bet I could stuff every tissue down your throat until you suffocate. I was like, I bet my room's gonna be clean in 10 minutes, dog. Watch this. You're out of your freaking mind, dude. But that was him, you know, that was him, dude. He was a hardcore guy, man. He was hardcore, you know. I just remember him being like, you know, like I got bullied once at school. I got beat up by a bully. And I remember he came in, he was like, what happened? I said, a bully found me, they beat me up. He goes, let me tell you something. We don't get beat up in this house. Next time that bully comes up to you, I want you to set your feet shoulder width apart, put your hands up in front of your face, and jam the base of your palm into their nose. What? I was like, dude, I'm just getting pushed off the monkey bars. I'm not fighting for democracy in a foreign country. He's like, but that's what happens. You're going to do that. Next day, I go to school. Bully comes up. Lo and behold, they start messing with me. I hear my dad's voice in my head. I set my feet shoulder width apart. I pick my hands up in front of my face, and wham! She never saw it coming, dude. I mean, just like right. Bam, dude. Yo, dude, let me tell you something. 5th grade girls are mean as dude, okay? Like, they're mean.
We have like every type of music here. Look around. We got the younger people. I saw you guys like download your music. We got a lot of CDs and cassettes right here. We got 8-track right there. Oh shit, phonograph in the front row. You can laugh louder. He can't hear you. This is good. We got Generation Z, Generation BC. This is awesome.
I'm a fireman. My favorite run we make is called a welfare check. Yeah, you don't know what a welfare check is? You just go check on somebody, you know? Most of the time, though, it's like a sweet old lady. Like somebody calls 911 and goes, hey, I think my grandma might have died. But also I'm busy. Why don't you fellas go look into that for me, you know?
Tax money well spent.
And it's what they are. And so we bang on the door, nobody answers. You have to break down the door with axes. And then you're in a quiet house, and you're just like, double check the address. Very subtle line between a welfare check and a B&E. It's a subtle difference. The mistake has been made. And we're in a quiet house looking for an old lady, and you like got your tracker pants on. You're like smelling the air, you know? Mm-hmm. You're just like Aquanet and mothballs. She's here. She's still with us, I think, you know? The mothballs are covering the scent, and then out of the back corner of the house, we hear the faint tickle of music. Y'all know what's playing back there. It's bum bum da da, bum bum da 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. It's The Price is Right in that back room, everybody. Yeah, old love The Price is Right, okay? It's like catnip to them. It's because they've been shopping for 80 years, you know? There's like, I remember when milk was a nickel. Shut up, Grandma. But then 4 guys with axes barge into her room, and everyone's surprised. You know, she's like, who are you guys? And we're like, oh, you're alive. That makes this way easier. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's super easy if they're alive or super dead. Those are both easy calls. Oh my gosh. Yeah, do y'all know there's differences in dead? You can be super dead. A little dead, there's CPR, lots of things to do. Super dead, we walk in and go like, that feels like a cop thing. We're gonna skedaddle. Sorry about your loss, but yikes. So we got to talk to her and be like, "Hey, ma'am, your family thinks you're dead. You should probably call somebody, you know." And she looks at us and she goes, "Oh my God, you boys are so sweet. Like, thank you for what you do." We're like, "Thank you, ma'am. All in a day's work, you know." Also, your door's pretty fucked up. I don't know if your kids aren't busy tomorrow or not, but 911 just breaks them down. We don't fix them. Write that down if you ever need to know that.
I was bullied a lot in nursing school. Like my first week in my women's health class, my teacher's like, "Today we'll be learning about the function of the uterus, and not that you know anything about that, Chuck." And the entire class just erupted in laughter. And there's something about 100 women laughing at you in unison that make you want to grow a uterus, guys. It's
People ask me all the time to go, "Hey man, my cops confiscate marijuana. Do you guys burn it?" Yep. A little bit at a time. That explains the donuts.
I walk in the pharmacy, open up the pharmacy. There's this lady standing there with her arms crossed. She goes, "You work here?" I said, "No, I'm just back here stealing some shit. How can I help you?" With an attitude, she's like, "Who you is?" But I had to be professional because I'm the pharmacist. So I said, "Ma'am, I is the pharmacist. How can I help you?" "I'm here to pick up my subscription." I said, "To which magazine?"
Subscription.
She's like, "I don't want no magazine. I want my medicine." I said, "Oh, prescription." She was like, "Same thing." I was like, "Not really." I said, "Ma'am, what's your date of birth?" "Why?" "So I could plan you a birthday party." "What do you mean, why?" "I'm trying to find your prescription. When's your birthday?" "In a couple of weeks."
But as first responders, we have that dark humor, especially nurses, firefighters, all of us, we have that stuff that we talk about behind the scenes that we could never talk about in the public eye. You have conversations behind that curtain that you would never have in the waiting room. You know what I'm saying? Let me take you in my world, my experience one time. It's the middle of the night. This guy goes up to the mountain where I work. He parks next to a very large reservoir. He gets out of his car and he moves to the passenger seat. He sits down and he takes out a double-barreled shotgun, puts it to his chin, pulls the trigger.
Damn.
Nothing from here up was left. So we have to call out the detective to investigate the scene to identify the decedent. The on-call detective gets there. The first thing you got to do is you got to identify this person. So he starts rooting around his pockets, and inside his pocket he finds his wallet. He opens his wallet, and inside he finds his driver's license. He's standing across the car from me, and he looks down at the license, then he looks up at me. He looks at the license, then he looks up at me. Then he takes his thumb, puts it over the photograph, held it up and said, "Do you think this is our guy right here?"
Oh, that's so dark. Oh, my God.
And I was like, "Bro, I don't know that I agree. I don't know that I agree." And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Bro, look at the license. It says he has green eyes." To me, it's clear he has blue eyes. One blue that way and one blue the other way.
Sometimes you gotta laugh or you're gonna always cry. It's like water cooler talk when you're around a bunch of EMTs, paramedics. What's the craziest call you ever went out on? What's the most gruesome thing you've ever seen? If you bottle it up and push it down, at some point you're gonna explode.
People ask me, they go, hey man, why would you leave police work in order to be a stand-up comedian? Well, the reasons are very noble, man. Back in 2008, I worked narcotics, and that year I earned $3.6 million. Cash.
I was recently pulled over for driving on the wrong side of the road. Cop was like, "You're drunk." I'm like, "I'm not drunk. The woman on my GPS is from England. She's not even from here." But that's what I don't like about cops. They never compliment you. They always tell you stuff you're doing wrong. Just once, I would like a cop to stop me, come to my window, be like, "Do you know why I pulled you over? Back there when you made that right turn, you nailed it." Great job. He did a great job.
I spent 7 years as a deputy sheriff in the woods in Maine. Impressive, right? Yeah. It was 14 towns, 500 square miles. There were 2 of us. And listen, it was hard to solve crime when you've got 2 people, and we were uniformed detectives. I'd show up and have to process the scene, fingerprints, photograph, do all the follow-up. It was hard to solve crime, and I felt bad. You know, the guy's house got broken into. He's like, "What are the odds you catch this guy?" I was like, "I'd say if he turned himself in, 50-50. He's not looking good right now."
Your wife let you do things around. You guys married? Yes. How many years? 13. 13 years? Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Turn around and look at the officer. Look at this man. 13 years married. He only 28 years old. What life has done to him? Oh my God! 13 years of marriage has sucked the damn life out of him already! It's rude. It's rude. Don't say things like that. It's not nice. Your wife let you do things around the house? No. No? Yeah, mine either. If my wife, it's like she thinks I can't do anything, you know? Like I was fixing the toilet. It's just that flap, you know, the crapper flapper. That's all that needed replacing. And here she come busting in the bathroom. You don't know what you doing. Why don't you call somebody to help you? You know that ain't even gonna fit in there. You know? We had all that rain. I had to get on the roof, fix the gutters. Here she come outside. You don't know what you doing. Why don't you call somebody to help you? You know that ain't even gonna fit up there. You know, on our honeymoon. You don't know what you doing. Why don't you call somebody to help you? You know that ain't even gonna fit in there.
I'm a dad. I've got 2 kids, 4 and 6. It's great. I love being a dad. I've learned that being a dad and being a cop are pretty similar. Having little kids is like having little criminals living in your house. They just run around committing little crimes. So my son will steal a toy from my daughter. That's theft. My daughter hits him back in retaliation. That's battery. And I gotta enforce that. So my job's full time. I'm a cop all the time. I find myself saying the same things over and over again, whether I'm at work or whether I'm at home. Like, did you take something that doesn't belong to you? Or show me your hands. And I will tell you guys that personal experience, there is an equal chance in both cases there will be poop on those hands.
I said, "Okay, ma'am, I looked, I can't find anything. Are you sure they sent it here?" She's like, "Well, the doctor sent it to CVS, but this was closer."
But that's the thing with healthcare, man. You know, you gotta bring the stories to life. You know, it's not that we're heartless when we bring this stuff up. It's really not, because what we see and deal with is f***ing crazy. Like when I saw the results of my patient's x-ray for abdominal pain, and it revealed an entire can of hairspray in said ass. Can of hairspray in his ass, okay? And you know, I tried giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm a clumsy guy. I misplace a lot of things. Okay? I get it, dude. I put the, TV remote in the fridge. I put the milk in the cabinet before. I put the hairspray can in my ass. I've done it, man. I get it. So, I show my coworker, and her first concern is, well, what brand? As if that's gonna determine her next purchase, okay? So, we walk in the patient's room, He's just sulking on the side of the bed. He knows it's coming. He's like a kid in the principal's office. I walk in there and, hey, buddy. So the abdominal pain, he's like, yeah, I know. I know you guys would see it. I know you'd see the toothbrush in there. Back the up. The what? Go back, look at the scan. There's a toothbrush and a hairspray can right next to each other. He tried digging out the hairspray can with his toothbrush. Toothbrush, hairspray. I even asked him if my fiance was in there. That sounds like her carry-on luggage, dude.
One of the worst things I ever did do as a cop was shoot a deer because I don't hunt. I love animals, right? Bambi, one of my favorites. Right? I got a call that a car hit a deer, but the deer was still alive, okay? They didn't teach me at the police academy how to shoot a deer. They just figure if you're from Maine, everyone knows how to shoot a deer. I didn't know. Okay, so I'm going real slow, hoping it dies before I get there. There's a line piled up behind me. No one's passing me. I'm trying to wave them around with my mitten out the left window. No one's passing me. Right? And I'm thinking, what am I going to do to shoot the deer? I don't know how to shoot the deer. I'd never heard an animal. And I remember someone at the station saying, if you ever have to shoot a deer, the fastest, quickest way is pick up the ear, one shot behind the ear, get it over with. Right? So that's what I'm going to do. I pull up to the scene. There's 40 people waiting for me. They all got scanners up there. Cops are coming. It was like a big night out for these people. There's a whole crowd. And I go, hold on, just take a second. Step right back there. All right, I put on my rubber gloves. I reach down. I grab the ear. I fire. Blood splatters from head to toe. I had to act like that's what I meant to do. I just holster my gun. You have a good night now. Buckle up, everybody. Buckle up, right? I get into my police car. I look in the rearview mirror. I got blood all over my face, my glasses. I was shaking. It looked like I killed a family of 4 with my bare hands, right? I walk into the station. I'm like, yeah, who told me to pick up the ear? One shot. They're like, oh, dude, we were just kidding about that. They were all looking at me like I'm some kind of psycho cop. For the next 4 years, no one ever committed a crime in that town while I was on duty.
Should I feature more heroes off duty on the channel? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Conservative Vibes. I'm CV, and I'll see you in the next video.